Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Old Fort Classic here at Fort Gibson High School. We're brought to you by bravadowireless.com. I am your play-by-play announcer, Dion Amade, and with me right now is my partner in crime, Curtis Branch. Curtis, how's it going?
It's going good. Glad to be back. I was a little late for the first two games, but here for the rest of the way with you, and so you won't have to go solo. And excited to see the HILLDALE Hornets. They're playing the Fort Gibson JV team today because of a 7-team format, so they're going to fill in to give them an extra game, but should be a good ball game as we saw Sky Bean hit a three to open up scoring for HILLDALE, number 23.
Yeah, and to give you the situation here, this is the consolation bracket. Yesterday, HILLDALE went down to the Stillwell team 57-51. So they are in this game right now facing the Fort Gibson JV, who had a bye yesterday, so they're fresher. But some of these girls did play last night in that Fort Gibson matchup where they faced off against Nathan Hale girls at 6:30. So quick turnaround for most of these girls right here, but they say let's play some ball, and so they rolled out the basketball and said let's get it.
Absolutely. Nice move and nice up and under there for Maya Edwards to open up the scoring for Fort Gibson. Fort Gibson setting back in the 2-3 zone. Got to find the shooters. Bean hit 7 threes in the game. We saw him here in the Fort Gibson Festival a couple of weeks ago, and right on cue, she's 2 for 2 to start the game. Really a good shooter from the outside.
Yeah, and it looks like she's on track to try and get that 7 in a row once again. She went down with a little bit of a minor injury yesterday, but she's come back and she looks healthy. But with that timeout, we're going to take a quick one ourselves, and we're going to come right back after these quick messages from Bravado Wireless. Welcome back to the first quarter action of the Old Fort Classic, and we're watching the HILLDALE Lady Hornets take on the Fort Gibson JV Lady Tigers.
Coach London out doing a little cleanup on the floor. as a head coach, you got to do a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
So he's doing his part here. These teams are very familiar with each other, play each other in the summer, grown up playing against each other in junior high and elementary basketball, and so they played once this year already. So these teams are, 10, 15 minutes apart drive time, but they're very familiar with one another. If you're Fort Gibson, you want to try to see some of these younger girls develop, give them varsity action. And if you're HILLDALE, you lost a tough one last night. You want to get back on the winning track and continue to push towards the playoffs and start playing your best basketball. Edwards with the rebound.
Now we're going the other way as number 11, Taylor, pushes the ball up the floor. Edwards being guarded by Johnson.
Nice drive by Stephanie Hickman, number 2, sophomore. Lindsay Fouch, number 4, checks in for Fort Gibson. Her sister, Lexi, senior starter for the Lady Tigers. We'll see her in action at 7 o'clock tonight or 6:30. Tune in sometime around then.
Benarski pokes that ball out of bounds. But it goes off the Fort Gibson defender. So we'll go the other way with HILLDALE here. Ben tries to save it, but wrap around behind the back pass, but sails out of bounds, and so we're going the other way for Gibson ball.
Little wing ball screen, roll. Good ball pressure by HILLDALE.
Benarski gets the ball up and gets it to Ben. Ben off the glass too hard. It's going to be no good. Going to go the other way. Benarski coming the other way. Push the ball to the corner to Folsom. Folsom no good. Saved by Johnson. Gives it to Bean. Bean with the 3. That one off target. Rebound by Fouch.
Good push right here.
Almost intercepted by Benarski, but it sails out of bounds.
Fort Gibson only has 6 players in the rotation today with the varsity playing later tonight, so we'll see how that affects the game and their game plan here tonight.
Folsom gets into the lane, but they're going to call no shot. Say the foul took place on the floor. They're going to call it on number 4, Lindsay Fouch.
So I'd look for Bean on the inbounds play right here.
Like you always say, watch the inbound passer. She's always the shooter. Benarski loses that one from behind her back. Almost gets the steal right there as it gets tapped out of bounds.
Well, the ball pressure, just probably a foul there. She got bumped a little bit by Ellis, but got to be strong and engage the contact and initiate it.
Hard defense. Referees letting them play a little physical here. But as we say, the most physical basketball that you see is girls basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at the high school level. As Johnson misses that baseline jumper there. Brooklyn Ellis gets the inbounds pass. Passes it to Folsom. Folsom drives the lane and gets the 2.
Nice drive there by Folsom. Had the 3, but didn't use shot fake, and on a bad close, that was easy to able to get to the basket easy.
Folsom aggressive on defense as she bats that ball out of bounds. I've never got the whole white shoes with black jerseys thing.
Yeah. Some people don't have our shoe game.
Our fashion sense.
Well, half the time it works, half the time it doesn't, because half the time they're wearing black, half the time they're wearing white.
True.
Some kids just have one pair of shoes.
I was definitely one of those kids, but I made sure that my shoes went with everything.
Critical component. I mean, you listen to Deion Sanders, you look good, you play good, or you feel good, you play good.
I got a hoodie that says that. It's in the car. Take it everywhere.
Fun to see him at Jackson State and see what he's doing there.
Man, that one's going to be an interesting interesting series of events that goes on over there. I'm interested to see how he turns that program around.
What? Fort Gibson's showing a lot of patience here, running their motion offense. Look for a ball screen right here. They got to get downhill, but HILLDALE's doing a really good job ball pressure in limiting paint touches right there. Nice move by Frost.
Very good move by Frost. She puts her shoulder down and doesn't get the basket, but does go to the free throw line. She misses the first free throw.
Good stroke there on the second one. Got tackled right there.
As Folsom goes into the lane.
Good strong drive by Folsom. Up and over.
Folsom has been on attack mode since midway through this first quarter. She's really getting into the paint and trying to get her buckets when she can. Yeah. Being aggressive offensively today.
You know, Fort Gibson's primarily a man team from what we've seen in the broadcasts we've had of them this year, but you got to play 2-3 zone. Some of these girls may see varsity action tonight, and they only have 6 players dressed out for this game, so you can't afford to get in foul trouble. So the zone will kind of prevent some of that, but look for HILLDALE to find gaps in the zone and keep shooting it because they're a really good shooting team. But, boy, their ball pressure right now is causing some problems.
Again, you do have to remember Fort Gibson played last night at 6:30 as Johnson puts that offensive putback in for 2 points. And a lot of these girls, because of Fort Gibson's big lead last night, played some good minutes. So back-to-back nights for them and a quick turnaround, especially with it being a 1 o'clock game, or 12:30 game. No, excuse me, I was right the first time. A 1 o'clock game. They wouldn't be surprised if you saw a little bit of fatigue from these girls.
Yeah. Good cut right there. Couldn't quite handle it. Throwing the skip pass on the zone.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter as HILLDALE leads the way 12-3. We'll be right back after these quick messages from Bravado Wireless to give you the rest of the first half.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back to the Old Fort Classic here at Fort Gibson High School at Harrison Fieldhouse. My name is Deanna Mate. My partner standing beside me, Curtis Branch, as we give you the second quarter of the HILLDALE Lady Hornets versus the Fort Gibson JV Lady Tigers. HILLDALE leading the way 12-3. Johnson takes the ball to the top of the key and swings it around.
Good pressure on with the 2-3 zone. Fort Gibson starting the second quarter. Dangerous pass there. There you go, steal by Hickman.
And they're going to call a foul on Osley as she heads to the bench.
Let's see, 4 starters returning for HILLDALE. Bean, Folsom, Barnowski, and Wood, alongside Nevaeh Johnson. Maya Edwards with nice up and under. Good footwork right there. You see Fort Gibson is, we're dealing with some technical difficulties here. Fort Gibson's extended that 2-3 zone out a little bit, causing HILLDALE a little bit of challenge there, but Celeste Wood finds a gap in the zone and finishes to make it 14-3, 6:29 left in the second. Maya Edwards working. Got her sealed, but got to take the ball below the free throw line to enter it there. It's a hard pass to throw it from the top of the key or above the free throw line into the post when they have somebody sealed on the high side.
Long three by Tristy, and that's a miss, but Folsom comes down on the other end and gets that basket to go.
Fort Gibson JV should not be intimidated because they go against their varsity every day in practice.
Yeah, so they're used to facing this type of competition.
Great opportunity for them to see somebody else, though. So we get a foul called on Folsom. She disagreed with a smile.
Yeah, that's always a dangerous combination when a young lady disagrees with a smile.
It's the best way to approach an official, though. You disagree with a pout or you're an idiot, it doesn't really work very well.
Seems like you're speaking from experience.
Well, I wasn't a girl as a player, but I coached several of them, and that's what we taught them. You know, one of the best things I ever did for my girls' basketball team, and I'm not sure how many guys do this, how many coaches do this, but I had officials come and speak to our kids and ask them. See Maddie Folsom with a nice shot fake and a rip and get to the basket and score there. But I would have officials come and speak at the start of each season to our girls and would explain to them what the rules changes were for the coming season, what they liked out of players, what they disliked. And it was an interesting thing because it allowed the feedback for our girls to give them some good feedback. Bean with that last bucket is going to take a timeout here by Fort Gibson, lead 20-3. We're going to take a quick break here as they take a quick break in the action here on Bravado Wireless.
Welcome back to the Old Fort Classic here on BravadoWireless.com. We're watching Hilldale lead the way versus the Fort Gibson JV Lady Tigers, 20-3, with 4 minutes and 41 seconds left in the second quarter.
My average with a great spin move. Hickman with a rebound. Just missed it as Bean pushes back in transition. She's been kind of quiet after 2 early threes.
Folsom kind of took over the offensive duties.
Yeah. I'm trying to talk her into shooting a 3 here, but she's not hearing us. She's not getting the vibe.
Being very patient with the ball and just waiting for the right shot to come their way. Benarski almost gets a steal right there as she's guarding Taylor.
Well, with a comfortable lead, it allows Hilldale to be more aggressive. As you see Folsom just jumping in the passing lane and getting a run out in the layup. Kind of running spread concept here is Fort Gibson.
Hilldale almost gets the steal, and then they do. Benarski going the other way with it, takes the contact, and gets the bucket.
Good finish there and through contact by Barnowski.
Very good finish.
You know, it's always interesting to see a team that had a tough loss in the first round, how they respond in the second round. And Hilldale's come out ready to play today and really sharp on both ends of the court.
Still by Benarski, gets the ball to Bean. Bean gets up and gets the layup.
Be interesting to see how long the starters for Hilldale play. I'm interested to see how coaches handle it because, you know, you think, well, this is a comfortable lead. It's a great opportunity for play some other girls. But the other side of it is in a world with COVID,
Nice pass for Folsom that gets to Bernarski for the layup.
Your game tomorrow could be canceled. Your games the next 2 weeks could be canceled. You know, Booker T, where he used to coach, has had a really good game, competitive game against Bixby on Tuesday. Lost a close one at home. Had some momentum going in. They'd won three of 4 and headed into the Jinx Union tournament. And as they're headed to the gym, they find out that one of the kids that they played against Tuesday from Bixby had COVID when he played, so they're quarantined for the next 2 weeks. And so that has to be in the coach's mind, where, you know, fans are saying, why has he got his starters in? I'm always interested to see how coaches respond to that, because maybe playing the kids simply because they don't know when their next game is going to be, even though they got it on a schedule. So
nothing in this day and age, nothing is promised.
Yeah. Nice shot by Bean. Makes her 3 of 4 of the night or afternoon. Kind of sagging their defense here a little bit. Maybe a change of pace. Not retreating there. Number three, Tori Brown says, I'm going to come and get the basketball. Hickman with good drive.
Gets stolen away by number 21, Celeste Wood.
The other challenge is how much do you play him and then do you risk injury? You know, because the worst part of that, you're playing it. You might be playing him to get him rhythm, and then you also, you're just one ankle sprain away from having a key player out, or other injuries. So, so it'll be interesting to see how Hilldale manages the game here in the second half. So we'll see what Fort Gibson has here for the rest of the first half. Got to see these younger girls start playing more aggressive, getting downhill and playing through contact. I think that's the one thing I've seen from the Fort Gibson girls. They've had some openings, they've had some drives, then just like that play right there, gets the ball knocked out of her hands because not strong enough with it right there.
Yeah, and it seems like Hilldale, anytime they put the ball down, they're attacking the basketball and going for it. As you see, Johnson gets the block right there on Fouch.
Yeah, Frost with good offensive rebound. The old backside block play right there. Look for them to throw the skip pass. They've done it twice now. Wouldn't be surprised to see Bean fade to a wing here. You see the flare screen being set up. You got the skip pass ready to be thrown, but it didn't get there.
I'm surprised they didn't hold for the last shot like you talk about.
I think they were supposed to, and number 20 caught it, and we don't have her name. Oh, I'm sorry, that was number 3, Tori Brown.
And they got the shot off by Fouch, but it didn't seem like it was a good shot selection. But with that being said, that's the end of the first half. Score 33-3. We'll be back after halftime to give you the rest of the second half after these messages from Bravado Wireless.
nationwide coverage to live high school sports, to the great outdoors, and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over eastern Oklahoma. High school football, basketball, baseball, dirt track races, livestock shows, and community events. Everything to keep you connected in your community. We're also producing original shows like Connect Outdoors and Cooking Wild that shines a light on real Oklahoman experiences. You can find us at bravadowireless.com, or you can search for us on Facebook or YouTube. You can even find us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download their app straight to your phone, Apple TV, Smart TV, or Roku. We don't just create for Oklahoma, we are Oklahoma. We're Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's service provider.
When you reach for that deal-sealing handshake, you don't want to pass germs. Ew. So keep everyone safe by washing your hands for 20 seconds and still seal the deal.
Yeah!
Fist bumps now accepted as deal sealers at your local Bravado Wireless store.
At Bravado Wireless, we don't believe in wasting your time or ours. Our mission is to serve you with honesty and integrity. That's why we offer upfront competitive pricing with no hidden fees in our plans. For $40 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide coverage. No data caps and no restrictions. No matter if it's your first, second, or third line, you only pay $40 per month per line. All of that with coverage on America's best network. We're your local service provider. Come get to know us. Go bold, go Bravado.
Welcome back to the Old Fort Classic here at Fort Gibson High School at Harrison Fieldhouse. Right now we're watching the Hilldale Lady Hornets take on the Fort Gibson JV Lady Tigers. Up 33-3. Beginning of the third quarter. Hilldale doing a good job offensively, being aggressive and on both ends of the floor, honestly. And Fort Gibson just trying to find a way to get some buckets to go and break down this Hilldale defense as we're going to the free throw line early in this third quarter as number 22, Frost, goes on the attack.
Starters still in for Hilldale as we start the second half. Good movement by Hilldale against this zone.
Beam thinks about it. Folsom drives and rims out, but Johnson gets the offensive rebound, gets the putback, misses the putback, kicks it back out to Folsom. Folsom for three, but no good.
Boy, Johnson's got some length and does a really good job on the offensive boards there.
Benarski gets it at the top, kicks it out. Johnson kicks it to number 21 on the outside, Celeste Wood, and she knocks down the three. Frost gets tied up with Folsom, and looks like it's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow pointing in the way of Hilldale. So Hilldale will take control as Beam takes the ball down the court.
Good flare pass, a little skip with a flare screen on the backside. Two real staples of their zone offense are getting it to the short corner to Nevaeh Johnson, and the skip pass with the flare screen on the backside to a shooter like Bean for a three.
And Bean starts off the third quarter the same way she started off the first, knocking down a three-point basket.
It's a really nice luxury to have the length of Johnson there playing her, and the athleticism as she reaches around and gets the steal. Got Bean spotted up the top of the key.
And she takes a long three, and she nails it. Man, she's got the number 23 on her back. She's playing a lot like LeBron James right now. You thought I was going to say Michael Jordan, didn't you? No, my generation is way better than yours. LeBron is better than Michael. Fight me if you want to.
He has some distinguishing characteristics that would, make a compelling argument.
Very diplomatic of you, sir.
Michael Jordan would slash your tires as a teammate if you didn't practice hard. So I kind of like that competitive.
And LeBron James would take you to a nice dinner, show you some nice wine, and have a conversation with you and say, hey, you need to pick it up, especially if you want the finer things in life like I have.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that timeout, let's go ahead and take one real quick ourselves, and we'll be right back with you to talk more about Michael Jordan and LeBron James here on BravadoWireless.com.
Cooking Wild.
Welcome back to the Bravado Wireless broadcast of the Old Fort Classic, as we've got HILLDALE Lady Hornets versus the junior varsity team of the HILLDALE or the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers.
And Fort Gibson gets into the lane, and that shot is missed by Tristy. But on the other side, Johnson feeds the ball to Folsom, and she knocks down the 2-point layup.
Yeah, really good ball movement there. Good skip ahead by Bean to find Johnson, who hit Folsom in stride for a nice layup.
Three-point shot up for Fort Gibson. It's no good off the back iron. Bernarski has the ball going the other way, gets the ball to Bean in the corner, and she knocks down the three ball once again. 3 threes for Bean in the third quarter. And that's number 22, Frost, in the lane, trying to get that layup to go. As you're taking a look at this replay, great movement with the basketball in their hands as HILLDALE gets that transition layup. Good hands by Frost as that ball gets batted out of bounds, but it's going to stay over here with HILLDALE. Inbounds pass to Bean. Frost guarding her aggressively on the corner, but Bean finds her way out of that trouble. And good hands by Frost as she bats that ball away, and it's picked up by Tristy.
Good ball pressure by Bean. Got a high ball screen action working here between Hickman and Edwards.
But she gets her pocket picked by Johnson, and Johnson's going to go coast to coast and misses the layup.
Good hustle.
As Hickman gets the steal and takes it the other way.
Ball pressure is just relentless by HILLDALE.
Certainly is. They've been playing aggressive man defense all game long. You can kind of see why the score is the way it is.
Good flash by Edwards.
Edwards tries to get it down low, but Johnson steals it. She's going to go coast to coast once again. Let's see if she can get this layup, and she does. If first you don't succeed, try again, and she gets the second layup coast to coast, and you got a lineup change right now as all 5 participants for HILLDALE exit the floor, and we get a sort of a hockey lineup change. As
well, we knew it was coming, we just didn't know when, and so we'll have JV team here the rest of the way for both teams. Ball screen action gets switched. Ball screen action, guard-to-guard ball screen action is usually switched these days. It used to create a lot of problems for folks, but you see it so often people just switch it because it's a guard on a guard. Mm-hmm. So you don't see a lot of teams doing it anymore. There's no advantage game.
Turnover right there for Gibson, so HILLDALE will take it the other way. Brooklyn Ellis dribbling the ball up the court, and she gets it back at the top of the key, getting it to Brown. Brown swings it around. Edwards almost gets the rebound.
If you're Fort Gibson, you want to see some positive play by girls. Good drive right there by Hickman. That's the kind of play you want to see out of these girls in this unique opportunity to play in a tournament against varsity competition is willingness to be aggressive, get downhill, and make plays.
Because the only way you get better is by getting some in-game experience and getting some opportunities to put what you practice to work.
Absolutely. So the upcoming game, 2:30 game, is Oklahoma Union versus Stillwell. And should be a good ball game. Oklahoma Union was the #1 seed coming into the tournament, got upset yesterday by HILLDALE boys, and really valiant effort by them. And Hickman hits both free throws to make it 51-6. And but ought to see how much effort they play with. Similar situation to HILLDALE in that they were expected to advance through the winners bracket and didn't happen, so you want to see how they respond in an afternoon game.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised to see Oklahoma Union getting the loss last night and put into the consolation bracket. I mean, the same way I was, pretty surprised by the HILLDALE loss. And they played pretty good basketball yesterday, but just too much as Stillwell was able to overtake them. As Hickman brings the ball up the court, trying to set up the offense. She drives and penetrates, pulls up, and knocks down the mid-range jumper.
Nice little hezzo and got to her spot mid-range and knocked down a little jump shot.
Little James Harden action right there. Everybody clear out the way. She takes her man one-on-one.
Yeah.
As that ball goes out of bounds.
I would, if I'm a betting man, I would bet you might see the same action right here.
Hey, if it works, keep on going to it till it's broke, especially if your defender can't guard the individual with the ball, but she passes and kicks it out. Shot over the back of the rim. This time, the three-point shot goes in as Tristy knocks down the three.
Seeing a little more offensive production here by Fort Gibson. Sure that's a relief to all of them and the coaches, and want to see them keep playing hard.
Brooklyn Ellis goes in strong, and she gets fouled. That shot rims out on the first free throw. Second free throw, knocks it down.
Got 7 seconds. You got time to get across half court. 1 or 2 bounces and get a shot up.
Or not.
Or not.
Well, that's going to be the end of the third quarter with HILLDALE leading the way 52-11. We're going to take a quick timeout, and then we'll get back to more fourth quarter action here on BravadoWireless.com. Welcome back to BravadoWireless.com. HILLDALE.com as we're watching the HILLDALE Lady Hornets take on the Fort Gibson JV Lady Tigers. Right now, HILLDALE leading the way 52-13, but we've seen some more productive offense from the Fort Gibson Lady Tigers since the middle of the third quarter, and hopefully it continues in the fourth. Fauci gets the rebound, and Frost pushes it up the floor with the head of steam. It looks like that's going to be an offensive foul. And we're going to go back in the other direction.
Good anticipation there by Jaslyn Christie, and forces the turnover. Kind of running what we call a flat set here, where you got 4 low. You're going to go ISO with the person at the top of the key. If help comes up, you try to find that person.
They try to get Fauci the ball over there on the other side of the post, and finally she gets it there, gets it down low to Frost. Frost gets a shot up, but gets fouled, so she'll be going to the free throw line.
Foul number 3, Tori Brown, second personal, team foul number 5, Lady Hornets. Evan Frost on the line.
Substitution in for HILLDALE. Number 20, which we don't have her listed on the roster. So apologies to her and her family. Please don't email or text us. It's not our fault. Fort Gibson staying in a 2-3 zone. We got a confirmation that number 20 has a first name of Miley. Waiting on the last name. Miley Salmon is what we're being told. And we do have names and home addresses for the people who told us that. If that is incorrect,
we can certainly find them.
Yeah, we can help you find them. Caitlin King in, number 33 for HILLDALE as well on the ball. Good defense there by Brooklyn Owsley. Brooklyn hit a big shot, big free throws to beat Coweta here in the Fort Gibson Festival a couple of weeks ago, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it wasn't her. They have one girl that's not here, Tierney Maxwell. Maybe it was her.
Hickman with the steal. A little too hard off the backboard on the layup.
What can you tell the fans about Oklahoma Union as we look forward to that game here at 2:30?
Oklahoma Union is a very talented bunch. I mean, before the loss last night, they were 12-0, and they had won every tournament that they had been thus far. And so last night with that loss came as a surprise to a lot of people that were, watching this game and watching that game and that know about that team. But they are talented, and it starts with the Hollingshed brothers, Jason Caden, stepsons of the head coach, Coach Ott, and they score in bunches, I'm telling you right now. And they also have Ellis, number 2, the best defender of the bunch, and he really got going last night, especially in the second half. So this is the team that can really score and put up big numbers, so it's going to be interesting to how they answer back after their first loss.
Good effort there by number 5, Lexi Barassa.
Gets the ball, but rolls a little bit on the floor, and they're going to have to call that a travel. Good outlet pass to Edwards out of the inbound. She turns the corner.
I'll tell you, she's got some skills.
Ball gets poked away by Barassi.
first person on the floor was HILLDALE. Guess who got the jump ball?
HILLDALE.
Thank you.
First person on the floor wins.
Every single time. Lesher Bryce Thompson, former player of ours at Booker T, who's now playing at Kansas. He was the first player on the floor at Oklahoma State two Mondays ago. Fractured a hand and got his face pushed into the Gallagher-Iber Arena floor by one of the OSU players, and he'll be out for a little bit.
Well, that's why I played football, because, you know, you get a face mask so your face doesn't actually get into the ground like
So you
that.
never had any issues with the face?
Nah. Can't you tell?
So that's all natural?
That's all me,
okay.
baby.
Yeah, that's all genes.
That's
right there,
all
folks.
genetics.
I got a lot of issues. Some were related to basketball. Some were hereditary.
Sometimes you got to protect the moneymaker.
To clarify, did not call Dion ugly.
That's not how I took it.
No, he didn't take it that way at all. So for those of you that we had a little pause there and you're wondering, is there any animosity building here? No.
Not how I took it. I mean, I guess when you're genetically gifted as I am,
correct.
You don't take those, statements in that way.
Right, because I followed up with the obvious, which is I'm not.
I'm sure people would disagree with that.
No, I talked to my wife last night. She doesn't disagree with that statement. I continue to be amazed at this facility. It's one of the best high school gyms, thought out, laid out, especially for Class 4A in the state of Oklahoma. I haven't seen one better. I've seen some that were built in the image of it. This is a really quality facility, especially being, it's close to 35, 37 years old.
Speaking of quality, that three-point basket from Brown was pretty quality as she banks it off the glass and gets it to go. As the score increases to 55-14 with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Number 42, Callie Huey.
Lindsey Fouch connects on the second.
Lindsey Fouch with an
Let's see Fort Gibson extend the zone up here a little bit.
As Frost almost gets the steal, but goes out of bounds.
Just a reminder to our fans viewing that Bravado Wireless, in addition to covering high school sports with broadcasts of games like this, they've also started a new podcast hosted by yours truly. It appears weekly.
Who's this yours truly guy?
That would be me.
Oh, yours. Okay.
Curtis Branch, hosted alongside Conley Phipps, former NSU great, OU great, former ORU and TCU assistant, and then most recently head basketball coach at Booker T. Washington. In the time that he doesn't watch his son Trey practice or play at OU, he talks hoops with me and other coaches. We had Coach London on this week. That podcast will be up and available early next week. And then on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, and a couple other platforms. And then we had in our first show, we had Muskogee kind of a focus with new head football coach Travis Hill and with athletic director Dr. Jason Parker. And so I think it's a good broadcast. Excited about what we've got to come, and we'll try to have legends and coaching, and then also focus in a little bit each week on what's happening in high school sports. We previewed this tournament and a couple other surrounding tournaments, and so hope you all will find a way to join in and participate in our show and give us some support with it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to you and Coach Conley every week. I mean, I'm a big podcast guy myself, as I do a lot of traveling throughout Oklahoma, and so pretty sure I'll be tuning in weekly.
Well, I'm surprised you haven't by now, because we've told you about this for 2 days.
Who says I haven't?
You did. You just said I'm looking forward to it.
It means you're going to do more than one episode. So
I wasn't sure after the first one they'd let us come back, but they did, and so we're thankful to Chris Rule for Wireless General Manager of Bravado Wireless for giving us the platform and the opportunity to tell bad coaching stories and relive the glory years. I really did have a fascinating conversation with Coach London. Learned about his coaching career, his start at Bristow, how he got to Fort Gibson, and then just what he considers the secret sauce of Fort Gibson Lady Tiger basketball. So if you're interested in any of that, join in, find it, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
As Hickman hits that runner right there, I wonder if the secret sauce is Thousand Island dressing like it is in the Big Mac.
I think
was I not supposed to say
No,
that?
you weren't supposed to say that.
Oh, thanks.
And I don't know if he wants to give it all away, but the community support, the administration, certainly, and then the heritage, it just kind of builds upon itself. You got a lot of these girls that are younger sisters of girls that have played, their older sisters have played before. They've grown up watching this game in the stands and following Fort Gibson girls basketball's storied tradition. So a fascinating broadcast. I hope you guys join in.
Yeah, well, including that, also join in the podcast and join in on our next basketball matchup that we have coming up after this game. We'll start at 2:30, Oklahoma Union versus Stillwell. It should be a good matchup. We already told you about the talent that they have over there at Oklahoma Union. Stillwell's a pretty good bunch as well. So tune in. We'll be right back after these messages with the next game in our Friday lineup.